Correspondents' Dinner, Sean Curran will talk to the House Oversight Committee. It's Republican Chairman James Comer tells Fox.
We don't want to criticize the Secret Service. We want to make the Secret Service better because we have a lot of people that we have to protect.
Curran met with lawmakers on Monday where he maintained the security plan that his agency had put together for the dinner worked. But there are ongoing questions about whether the Secret Service should change its security posture.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. The suspected attacker, Cole Allen, is due back in court tomorrow. One of the charges he faces is attempting to assassinate the president. Former FBI Director James Comey is also charged with threatening the president, indicted over a picture he posted on Instagram last year of seashells on a beach that formed 8647. 86, a slang term that could mean remove or kill. 47, a potential Trump reference. But Comey's defiant, reacting to the charges on Substack.
Nothing has changed with me. I'm still innocent. I'm still not afraid. And I still believe in the independent federal judiciary, so let's go.
The first Comey indictment alleging he lied to Congress was dismissed by a federal judge questioning the legality of the appointment of the U.S. attorney. War Secretary Pete Hegseth will testify at a House hearing in 2 hours about the military budget, expected to face a lot of questions, especially from Democrats, on the Iran conflict. After President Trump posted this on Truth Social at 4 o'clock this morning.
Iran can't get their act together. They don't know how to sign a non-nuclear deal. They better get smart soon. Perhaps a reference to reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the Wall Street Journal reporting Trump tells aides to prepare for extended blockade of Iran.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in Dubai last night. President Trump again vowed Iran can't have a nuclear weapon during a white tie state dinner honoring Britain's King Charles.
I offer a toast to 250 years of American freedom, and very importantly, to a great man, His Majesty.
America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
I put it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Well, we referenced last night's state dinner at the White House honoring Britain's king, hours after he held talks with President Trump and addressed Congress.
King Charles III says bonds between the United States and the United Kingdom were forged long before 1776.
This is a city which symbolizes a period in our shared history, or what Charles Dickens might have called a tale of two Georges.
The king says since American independence, the U.S. and U.K. have stood shoulder to shoulder to defend democracy and defeat tyranny, adding the same resolve is needed today for Ukraine. The monarch's visit comes as President Trump has questioned NATO and has criticized U.K. Prime Minister Keir Starmer for not doing more in the war with Iran. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Well, today, King Charles travels to New York City. He'll visit the 9/11 memorial nearly 25 years after the terror attack. There's a lot of storm damage in the Dallas, Texas area.
In the industrial area, we do have major damage and major hazards that are all across the road.
Fire Chief Ryan Dunn in Mineral Wells, which got twisted apart by a tornado. Several injuries were reported. No death in all the destruction, though. On Wall Street, stock futures are not moving much after yesterday's sell-off as oil prices rise. Gas is at a new high since the Iran conflict. In the NBA playoffs, the Spurs advanced to round 2. San Antonio beat and eliminated the Portland Trailblazers 114-95. The Philadelphia 76ers stayed alive, beating Boston 113-97. The Celtics still up 3-2. The New York Knicks blew out Atlanta by almost 30 points to take a 3-2 series lead. In hockey, a series-saving game-winning goal.
Stretch pass on. Pastrnak in. Score!
David Pastrnak won Game 5 for the Boston Bruins, beating Buffalo 2-1 on TNT. The Edmonton Oilers also staved off elimination, beating Anaheim 4-1. The Sabres and Ducks, though, still lead those series 3-2. The Minnesota Wild beat Dallas 4-2 to go up 3-2 on the Stars. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news Chicago Federal Appeals Court upholding the conviction of former Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan. Former House Speaker currently serving a 7.5-year federal prison sentence after being convicted last year. Federal prosecutors claimed he conspired with others to get ComEd to make monetary payments to his associates in exchange for favorable legislation. Cleanups underway after storms hitting central Illinois. Damage reported after severe weather swept through the region, including uprooted trees and knocked down power lines. It resulted in thousands of power outages. The Land-Weldon Community School District in Piatt County canceling classes because of the storms. Champaign County Board approving a 1-year pause in new data centers larger than 10,000 square feet. More than 100 residents showed up to oppose the projects. Board members say public feedback has been overwhelmingly against them. The moratorium was first proposed by the county zoning administrator earlier this year. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
And good morning. It is April 29, ESPN 93.5. If you mowed last night, you got some rain. Not crazy. I didn't hear a thing, Greg. I didn't hear a thing, but I know it rained
nothing,
a little bit.
Nothing, just a few garden variety spells of rain and shower activity, most of which were south of here, and the latest round of more significant rain south towards I-70 as well. So we're in relatively good shape outside of a little pitter-patter going on the next few days.
My favorite team, the Nashville Sounds, AAA baseball from Milwaukee, got rained out last night in Nashville, so it was that. Anyway, it's
that was part of that big Texas complex of storms that came east of Dallas-Fort Worth and is still beating up on Mississippi and parts of northern Alabama, Georgia this morning.
I'm fine for a high of 50, 59 or 60 or 50. I'm okay. I'm fine with it, man. I'm okay. It feels a little like early October. Come on now.
That's right. And I don't like wearing all those layers on my bike ride. So when I can do it lately, and which I can't.
That's a hard one because you can't overdress. You sweat like crazy.
Exactly.
And yet if you're cold when you start, it probably didn't take you 5 minutes to kind of heat up, though.
Yeah. But so then you got to factor in the breeze at 59. There's still a little bit of a nip that you got to come back. But the warm up period is much better, and any sun sure helps. Let alone this time of the year if compared to October, November.
But then you're taking off your jacket. If you put it around your waist, then you could get it caught in the chain.
The Tour de France people like Greg, they don't do that. Tour de Francers don't do that. So that's Greg Sawyer.
No, they're skin and bones, and they have whatever little synthetic material, their shoes, and not even
and their chase crew is probably picking up after them. If they just shed some layers.
And in the case of Lance Armstrong, the steroid crew or whatever he had. So
whatever.
Yeah. Okay,
you're talking about syringes, or what is that? Is that in pill form? What is it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Too bad about that.
Okay, so I got extra juice today. I worked out early.
Yes.
So whenever that happens, pardon my attire. For those watching, I got too hot. So what I've never done on the air is take a shower. So what I could do is have like a curtain, and it'd be the first time in history I'd ever done that. Take a curtain, take a shower.
Let's skip that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just suggesting what is necessary here.
My perspective.
I would be completely covered in everything.
Right,
so
but still.
It would be a unique radio thing. I've done them from
the
pools.
The up-close and personal version of...
Broadcast on top of water towers. I have a long billboard on a lost bet and diapers. I've done a few crazy things here. So, all right, time for our weather brought to you this morning by Carl.
Reminding you, Parkinson's disease, early detection is key, and you can learn more at carl.org.
All right, Mr. Greg, do we still have slight chances of sprinkles here for the remainder of the week?
Yeah, nothing of significance in the gauge. A little sprinkle, drabble here and there of a shower at times, but lots of dry hours going forward. Some degree of sunshine. Problem is on this cool air and not much of a breeze, nor is it a correct breeze out of the south. So the drying paces of these soft and muddy and standing water type fields it's going to take a little while. So before we get back at it, and I'm sure there's going to be some spots that are going to have to go. If you got it in and you got standing water, you're going to have to probably go out and get it back out and do it again from a replanting standpoint. That's probably going to be the theme going forward here for the springtime planting season as we hit the old apex of the curve. The big storms, as mentioned, that came out of Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth area, racing across the deep south. At least they're getting rain, and that is the worst drought anywhere in the country except for maybe parts of Nebraska. It's down there through Mississippi Mississippi, more so Alabama, and especially Georgia and northern Florida, where all those fires have played out. So hopefully some help in rainfall, not necessarily all the lightning associated with some of these stronger and severe storms, of which we'll stay pretty quiet here for the foreseeable future. Got some sunshine out there in some spots, others beginning to fill back in with clouds either side of 50 right now. We'll see an afternoon high. Skies turn partly sunny to about 63, and still about 5 or so shy of normal. Northwest to north breezes and nickel and dime chance for a couple of sprinkles here late morning and later this afternoon, this evening. Otherwise, clearing off, cooler tonight down to 38. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 62 on a north wind. Maybe a couple of more sprinkles tomorrow night into Friday, early and late, with a partly sunny, cool May 1, only 57 there. We'll be in the mid-30s. Yeah, frost scraping off the wind chill Saturday morning, 58 later in the day, but we climb quickly back into the 60s Sunday afternoon. Low 70s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a couple of chances at showers early to mid next week. Maybe another significant rain system on the maps and charts at some point late next week as well. For CBJ Broadcasting, I'm Delicious Greg Soldier.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Off and running. It is Wednesday. You're always welcome on our Fisher National Bank text line 217-359-2255. Appreciate you listening here this morning. Streaming is back, thankfully. That got hit by the weather the other night.
That's right.
So that was down yesterday, but we're back on X and YouTube channel.
That's right. It's Stevie Jay FM on X. I'm at Diane_Ducey. On YouTube, it's Stevie Jay Show.
StevieJ.com. Just hit listen live. You can catch us a lot of different ways. So appreciate everybody out there. Thank you so much. Okay, so off and running. We got Brother Johnny coming up at the bottom of the hour to catch up with him on what's been happening. I don't think we've had him on since the correspondence event.
Right.
What's, again, shocking to me is the fact that they kind of blame Trump for the culture that has been developed by the left. When you have 55% of the far left, I'm just very careful to say Democrat. It is their party. They have been overrun, but the far left is controlling it. And I don't think that's your traditional Democrat. However, it is their party, and they're in trouble with the standpoint of they're completely going left. At least the people that can control what they want to control. But 55% of the far-leaning left thinks it's somewhat justified for violence.
Wow.
That's 55%. So if you've got that,
and that's what's causing a lot of the problems today. It doesn't feel like we have any negotiations going on. It's this kind of hatred.
Well, they've come back. They've arched their back and say it's Trump's fault. He did it.
So tired of that.
If you don't want to be a Nazi, stop acting like a Nazi.
Let's move on and
stop
think
acting
about
like a Nazi.
Think about the country.
But think about what we've got. 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10 need counseling. Really? I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know what the number is, but there's a lot of people that really could talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And then you're reaching people that are alone, have guns. They're going to be a hero. Their leaders are suggesting, kind of winking, kind of a thing. It's just we gotta not do this. We don't want anybody hurt. I've never ever voted for Barack Obama. I never wished him bad. We shouldn't do that. That's not the right thing to do. Joe Biden I felt sorry for, honestly. They put him in there. They propped him up. He agreed to do it, and then he got worse, and then they hid all that, and some committee was running the country for a while. But I mean, to wish death on somebody, to have free beer up in that brewing company in Wisconsin saying when Trump's assassinated, I'm serving free beer? Where are we, man?
I don't know.
Where are we? To me, it's beyond the pale, and all you can do is blame Trump. And he's done a lot of good things, but that's not what you believe. If you're on the other side, there's no convincing you, because you can't cite specifically why he's a racist, which he's not. You can't cite why he's a Nazi, because he's not. It just, you start believing stuff that isn't true, but you're not. They're resistant. That I'm talking about that percentage. There's nothing you can do. You can't have a conversation with them because you're saying, man, they need to go to OSF, focusing now on mental health.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that've got a lot of mental health.
Well, and I'm glad when people can acknowledge I need help and they're getting help.
I don't think they think we need help. I mean, they're the ones that we speak the truth and we would never be wrong. There's just no chance, you evil person.
I know the assassin attempter, Cole Allen, was in court with mental health cited at all?
I didn't see.
Okay.
I'm not sure. If you read his stuff, apparently it's pretty coherent. So, all right, check your sports headlines.
All right, we have Illinois softball in action. It's Walk and Taco Wednesday, 5 o'clock for the game, and you can have a walk and taco. I just love those things. A little bag of Fritos with some meat and cheese. And
we've had those at parties. They're very
lettuce
simple.
and tomato on
Dump
top.
it in there and go back, pretend you haven't done it.
Yeah.
Hey, can I have it? Hey.
Illinois baseball over at Roosevelt yesterday, 11-7. They're 22-21 on the season. An 8th-run 7th inning. Next up will be a road trip as they take on Iowa on Friday. Parkland also winning over Moraine Valley. And that was both of those games as winners. We had our St. Louis Cardinals winning 11-7. Here's the summary.
Nope, I got
or it's the Footloose soundtrack.
How'd you know that in 2 notes?
I like that.
That's
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Last night in Pittsburgh, the Cardinals put up some crooked numbers. 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, 3 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, on the way to an 11-7 win over the Pirates.
Really good offense for the Cardinals. They scored a season-high 11 runs. They did it on 12 hits. Kyle Leahy got the start. He was really solid through 5 innings, tying his career high in strikeouts at 7. He faltered in the next inning, but the Cardinals were able to keep that score in their favor throughout the rest of the game.
3 RBIs for Alec Burleson, 3 for Jordan Walker, 3 for Nolan Gorman, and a home run by Victor Scott.
Victor Scott's home run actually went into the Allegheny, the first time a Cardinal has done that in quite some time.
The win goes to Kyle Leahy's 3-3, beating Braxton Ashcraft 1-2. The Cardinals have won the first 2 games in the series. They try to make it 3 in a row against Bubba Chandler with Andre Palante on the mound. We're on the air at 4:45 Central.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Cubs win 8-3 over San Diego. Another game today over on US 105.9. Chicago White Sox over the LA Angels 5-2. We're hearing that Illinois women's head tennis coach Evan Clark is retiring. He led the Illini program for 11 seasons and was the program's all-time winningest coach with 160 victories. Helped the team reach the NCAA tournament 5 times. NBA playoffs: Philadelphia over the Boston Celtics 113-97. Although the Celtics are up 3-2 in that series. New York Knicks over Atlanta 126-97. Knicks up 3-2 in that series. And we had San Antonio over Portland 114-95. San Antonio Spurs win that 4-1. Also, NHL action going on. We had Boston over Buffalo 2-1. Boston up on that series 3-2. Minnesota over Dallas 4-2. Minnesota leading that series 3-2. Edmonton over Anaheim 4-1. Although Anaheim leads that series 3-2. That's sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
Okay, we check out weather with meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you this morning by the Urbana Park District.
Reminding you, pool memberships, pool passes makes it so easy and on sale with discounts through April 30th. The pool will be open May 23rd. UrbanaParks.org.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana this Saturday, and overall much quieter weather picture, not completely rain-free. A few spits and sprinkles around over the next few days. Otherwise, transitioning into a cooler weather pattern come the weekend. Frost concerns, some moderation in temperatures due in for next week. Up to 63 today, partly sunny skies, a couple of raindrops around this morning and this afternoon. Northwest to north breeze, a few sprinkles around this evening, becoming fair and cooler on the overnight. We'll bottom out at 38. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 62 on a north breeze. Down tomorrow night with a couple of more sprinkles to 41. Partly sunny and cooler for the day on Friday. That's May 1st. The high about 57. Again, a couple of sprinkles both morning and late afternoon. Some patchy frost expected early Saturday. Partly cloudy, cool at 58. We'll be in the mid-30s at daybreak on Saturday. Breezy turning milder up to 67 on Sunday. 72 and a lone shower chance on Monday. Dry Tuesday at 73. Back into shower activity next Wednesday. Highs again around 70. For CBJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Since we opened our doors in 1868,
Busey has fostered deep customer relationships and vibrant communities, embodying a legacy of partnership and progress. With multiple lines of business, we provide a range of financial solutions tailored to your needs. From digital banking to planning for retirement, Busey is here to help you achieve your financial goals. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Jesse with Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Hey, do you have sewer blockages, problems? Are your toilets gurgling? Why deal with the headache? Call Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions today. We can come out and clean your line, camera it, show you what the problem is, and then we have an expert underground team that can make those repairs. 217-355-5512. We are here for you when you need us. Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
When your operation can't afford downtime, call the people who treat your business like their own. At Freedom Fabrication and Millwrights, you're working with over 150 years of combined industry experience, handling everything from on-site repairs to complete turnkey facility solutions. Call Richard and Selena for your next project, whether it's custom fabrication, emergency field repairs, or full system installation. They're also your local dealer for Chief Crane Systems. Call 217-574-5050. Freedom Fabrication and Millwrights. Experience you can count on. People you can trust.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
Looking for something truly unique? Discover Sweet Petunia at the Tuscola Mall, where vintage charm meets modern style. With over 100 vendors and consigners across 16,000 square feet, you'll find antiques, collectibles, home decor, and one-of-a-kind furniture you won't see anywhere else. It's bright, clean, organized, and surprisingly affordable. From timeless treasures to seasonal finds, there's always something new waiting for you. Come explore Sweet Petunia in the Tuscola Mall. Your next favorite piece is already here.
Racing, racing, racing! Farmer City Raceway is out of the gate with a full show coming your way Friday nights. Hot laps starting at 6:30. Check out the action on this award-winning oval dirt track with the Big Daddy Scrap, Schaefer's Oil late models, Dyer's Top Rod Modifieds, Street Stocks and Pro Modifieds. On regular racing nights, Veterans General Admission ticket only $10. Get in on the fun. Visit FarmerCityRacing.com. That's tomorrow. I love it. We also have the CU Ballet doing The Little Mermaid at the Virginia Theater tomorrow at 7:30, with shows at 2 and 6 at the Virginia on Saturday. So go see that.
Apparently, we're talking about expanding the NCAA basketball tournament.
Finalizing plans for men's and women's basketball tournaments to have 76 teams, likely beginning in the 26-27 season. The expansion will add 8 teams to the current 68-team field, expanding the opening first 4 play-in round to 24 teams with a 12-game format played over 2 days. So they're moving on this. They expect to formalize this in May 2026 with plans to implement the new format in the 27 tournament.
Yeah, so they're just expanding play-in. So you're
more money, baby.
You betcha, and they can have a lot more TV on it, and teams will have to essentially play 2 tournaments, one in the play-in, to advance, but at least you got a shot, I guess.
Right.
But boy, if you get to be in the playoff thing, I guess you're happy because you made it.
Sure.
But you might be 16 and 15 or something. It might be some of the teams that, I don't know what happens to the NIT. How low does the NIT go to grab them? Then there's the NBWT, but there's another one. So I just know that if they expand it, you better make something.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just not going to be a head coach very long if you don't make, if they make it 70, what do you say, 76?
Yeah.
So essentially it's only 6 more, 68 now.
Right.
It's 8 more. Okay, I'm fine. I just don't want to play it there. I want to be more in the top 10 and talk about seeding.
Right. Final 4, baby.
No.
Now that we got a taste of it for our Illini.
It wasn't long. I guess it's been like 10-ish years. Brad's going to come up on his 10th season. Wasn't that long ago we were hoping to be a bubble team.
Mm-hmm.
That was, come on, we might be might get a 10.
That's right.
Might get a 9.
Right.
It's like, now it's like, ew, how distasteful. King and Queen are in Washington, D.C. Charles spoke.
But they'll be going to New York, I believe, right?
I think a little bit
9/11?
of side trip, maybe. If they've not seen the museum, I'm sure they have not. Museum's amazing. You should go.
I haven't seen that.
I can't do it.
I haven't been back since 9/11.
I can't. You were there for 9/11.
I know.
But it's you lived it, and I've lived it. I was, trying to figure out what the radio station should do and cover what, and then it just kind of hit you. And I've heard a lot of phone calls and all the goodbyes. And I just went out after about an hour and just sat on a bench. I lived that. I don't want to. I don't want to live it again.
It was super hard.
Yeah.
But our country came together. I haven't,
we
haven't had many patriotic moments. I was thinking, with America's 250, we're going to rally.
No, we're not going to rally.
I don't think so.
No. There will be people that say what an evil country we are, led by a king and a Nazi.
That's
what we got right now. And it's because there's so many avenues to be heard. And then, as you've said before, it's clickbait, and you've got to say something outstanding before, not outstanding, just out there, infamous.
Outlandish.
And so if you don't, you're not going to go there. And then you just want to say, can you believe what they heard?
Right.
I don't think anybody would ever see CNN or MS Now if Fox didn't run it. They just don't have an audience.
I see.
But Fox is trolling them and picking up. Did you see what and it kind of feeds it? And you can go and click on stuff. But the fact is, people are saying things you can't believe. And there's nowhere you're having free beer if Trump's assassinated. At a bar in Wisconsin. You're going, that's not true.
Minocqua or something.
Brewing company.
Yeah.
Minocqua Brewing Company. And this is a Democratic guy. But it's just terrible to wish death on anybody. Okay, so we're going to talk to Brother Johnny. I'm playing the thing I played yesterday, so sorry for the repeat, but I think Victor Davis Hansen's 3 minutes was ridiculously smart.
Okay.
And so on point. And Tim Walz taking credit for cleaning up Minneapolis.
Yes.
They say when there's a parade, the politician runs in front and pretends he's started.
Okay.
That's kind of what you got.
When it comes to fraud, he wants to say, I'm taking him down.
No, exactly. And he didn't order any of the search warrants. It's all federal government driven. And he's the one who says, if you're going to jail, and we decide buck stops with me. And so,
what's Cash Patel saying?
He said, come again. He said,
okay,
you can take credit for my work. I don't care.
Right. Just as long as the work gets done.
That man was almost vice president. And that guy, wow.
Yeah.
Under any measurement. Yeah. You shake your... I mean, I just flashed back to Barack Obama's healthcare guy that said we got to depend on the stupidity of the American people to get it done. And we have to pass it before we know what's in it, Nancy Pelosi. But that guy said, we have to depend on the stupidity of the American people. And they did. And how'd that work out?
Right.
What are you paying for your premiums?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How's the coverage? Oh, it's less? I see.
So reading about King Charles and Queen Camilla and their visit to Manhattan, this New York media is saying the royals make it a royal pain to get around today.
Oh, I imagine.
When it comes to the trip to
well, particularly in light of Saturday night,
City.
You have to be extra careful, and all the people are afraid
I guess yesterday there were 3,000 sandwiches made for the garden party in D.C.
1, 2. How many more we
need? With a big tea party happening.
All right, 7:29. Brother Johnny pops up next. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you're stuck on the road, you need help you can trust. Fast. That's where T-Pro Towing and Roadside Repair comes in. From light duty to heavy duty towing, they've got you covered 24 hours a day. With their state-of-the-art facilities, 3Cs, a division of T-Pro Towing, can repair semis to passenger cars at their Camargo facility. Service across central Illinois, including Urbana, Tuscola, and Camargo. Save their number now, 217-253-3450. That's T-Pro Towing and 3Cs. Ready when you need them, anytime, anywhere.
All right, Tim, Gale Ferrex Trucking, you're looking for some wonderful drivers, aren't you?
Well, we're looking for some reliable professional drivers, and we just decided now through the end of May we're going to do our $4,000 sign-on bonus to qualified drivers. That's 23 years old, 2 years experience, safe background, safe driving history, and we'll put it into work and make them some money and get them home on weekends.
Think any other trucking company offers that kind of a deal between now and the end of May, and then also you're home on weekends?
Yeah, and things are looking up right now.
And Dedicated Diesel and Gale Ferrex Trucking, you can reach Tim Onstadt how? TIMO@gftlog.com is my email. They can get my cell phone at 765-505-1295. The office, 765-793-7131, extension 4. Tim Onstadt, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be nice to visit a car dealership where you didn't feel like you were at an auction? Or didn't feel like you were being taken to the cleaners?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Welcome to Sarah Champagne. At Sarah, they offer a one-price promise. Every vehicle at a fair price, no negotiation, only the best price. Sarah Champagne, Honda, BMW, GMC, Buick, and Subaru. SERRA Champagne.com.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Secret Service Director Sean Kern will brief members of the House Oversight Committee today. It's linked to the security breach during the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Kern met with lawmakers on Monday where he maintained the security plan that his agency had put together for the dinner worked. But there are ongoing questions about whether the Secret Service should change its security posture.
Fox's Madeline Rivera, the alleged gunman Cole Allen, returns to court tomorrow for his detention hearing. A busy 48 hours for top Pentagon officials.
There are hearings on back-to-back days. The House, then Senate Armed Services Committees. They're about the Trump administration's $1.5 trillion budget request. It's also the first time Secretary Hegseth is being questioned by members of Congress about the military operation in Iran.
That is Fox's Chris Foster reporting. The House hearing begins at 10 a.m. Eastern. America is listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Well, local officials pushing back against social media posts claiming major immigration enforcement operations were happening in the area. Sheriff Dustin Huerman says those rumors are false and that federal partners confirmed that no ICE activity is planned. Advocates say other federal agents may be in the region for unrelated work and are urging families to stay informed. County boards approved a one-year pause on new data centers in Champaign, larger than 10,000 square feet. More than 100 residents showed up to oppose the projects. Board members say public feedback's been overwhelmingly against them. The moratorium was first proposed by the county's zoning administrator earlier this year. City councils approved an agreement giving University of Illinois Police overnight access to the statewide Leeds criminal justice database. UI officers already help cover calls from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. where Urbana police are short-staffed. The vote also set aside nearly $50,000 for that access. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim Miller. We check your weather. ESPN 93.5, brought to you by Route 45 Wayside with Sunday Fun Day. And Sunday featuring the Blue Tone Drivers.
Nice.
That's from 1 to 4 this Sunday afternoon at Route 45 Wayside in Pasota.
Awesome.
Here's your meteorologist, Greg Solier, with the latest weather.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Otherwise, dealing with the aftermath of severe weather and plenty of standing water in some of these fields. Soft and muddy grounds for everybody else. Pretty quiet weather picture. Some dribs and drabs, little rainfall. Temperatures on the upswing expected into next week after some frost concerns come Saturday morning. A few sprinkles around this morning, this afternoon as well. Partly sunny skies. Lots of dry hours at 63. Northwest to north breezes for the day-to-day. A couple of raindrops this evening, becoming fair in the overnight. Cooler low down to 38. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 62 on a north wind. We'll level off tomorrow night with a couple of raindrops around at 41. And again, a sprinkle or two early and late in the day on Friday. That's May 1st. Partly sunny, cool at just 57. 58 on Saturday. Partly cloudy skies. Some frost expected in the morning with mid-30s. Sunshine, milder, and 67 on Sunday. Into the lower 70s. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Shower threats are back in for Monday. Dry Tuesday. Then perhaps a chance of rain next Wednesday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, ESPN 93.5. Brother Johnny jumps on Wednesday. Ed Martin not available today. And kind of unexpectedly, his mother passed. So he lost his dad, Johnny. What was it, a month or two ago?
Not very long.
Man.
So,
and his mom had a brief illness and apparently died.
She was 81, which isn't that old?
Not that old. Yeah, not old in these terms in these days. So our prayers are with the Ed Martin family dealing with the loss of both of his parents over the last few months. All right, so I'm dealing with Tim Walls this morning. Tim Walls was almost our vice president, I guess I can say. And he was the guy that didn't have any of the information. Billions of dollars have been stolen from us, but the federal government gets involved. Tim Walls comes out yesterday and says, I told you the buck stops here, and these people that have been stealing money are going to jail today. Kash Patel says, come again. Not one of these has been yours, but you can take credit.
Okay.
Johnny, what the world? And I guess I just said you got to depend on the stupidity of the American people about Obamacare and all that. So,
well, we didn't know much about him when Kamala picked him, but we kind of were high-fiving because that was a big surprise, and he did not help her. And we thought it was going to be Josh Shapiro with Pennsylvania, which could have made a difference.
Yeah, no question. No, it would have.
So anyway, he's an idiot. And what I don't remember the guy who was pitching on the girls softball team. He pitched 5 games in a row in their state tournament. They won. His team won, and there was a lot of pushback because this is a guy pitching against the girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
On a girls team in Minnesota, and they would say, "Hey, why does the guy get to play?" And Walsh gave a speech of how he has every right to play, and he would never throw a trans child under the bus. Which is good. I think that's good he wouldn't. But he actually threw 5 potentially championship girls softball teams under the bus, back over them, then ran back over them. And it's like, where's this guy coming from?
Yeah.
He's really a true idiot, and I don't hate him, but he's the biblical wild ass of a man. I've never seen anything like it.
Well,
so that's all
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I happen to think that his wife might be crazier. Have you seen any of his wife?
Yeah, she liked to smell the burning tires in the riots. But really, we just read through the whole Bible, and that biblical man I mentioned is in Genesis, and it was I guess Esau, Hagar's son. So yeah, and there's Tim Walsh. He's in line with that guy, same profile, but he's not running for anything anymore. Who knows what'll become of him? Maybe they will move to China because he likes China.
Well, he did honeymoon there anyway, and his daughter has been on social media. She's a whack job too. Wow.
Oh no kidding.
Oh,
well,
goodness.
You know what? That kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
The wife I just saw, turn the page. Is that from Trump? And it's just wild-eyed. And the fact that she opened her window during the riots in Minnesota to smell the burning tires. That's what she wanted to smell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, too, Steve, that's just a matter of the practical result is management. And Minnesota's struggling. And it's just poor management at the top. The top is a really important position.
Yeah.
And so... you just can't take for granted, and you have to think about who do you want to be in charge of your state in terms of the transportation and budgeting and a lot to do with education and all of it. So, and he's just worried about more social issues that most people don't agree with, and in any case, really shouldn't even be part of his job. So
okay,
bad management.
Brother Johnny in New Orleans, ESPN 93.5. He ducked out of his Bible study. He has every Wednesday. Okay, so here's a piece I told you about, Johnny. Victor David Hansen. I'm Victor Davis Hansen. And I think he's terrific. And so I want you to hear, it's about 3 minutes, but I think just loaded, well written, and frankly, I agree with, I think, every single thing. Here we go.
Something happened this week that reveals a pattern changing everything we thought we knew about American politics. This isn't about policies anymore. This is about power. When people realize they've lost it completely, they abandon principles they once held dear. I've studied political movements for decades, but what I'm witnessing in American cities is something I never expected. The left has lost every pathway to power, and instead of adapting, they're choosing chaos. Think about their position. They don't control the House, Senate, presidency, or Supreme Court. The American people rejected their agenda decisively. We're talking about 60-40, 70-30 margins on core issues. They lost swing states, demographics they considered locked down. But here's what makes this moment so revealing. Instead of asking why they lost, instead of examining their message, instead of rebuilding like any healthy political movement would do, they've decided the problem isn't them. The problem is democracy itself. I watched this unfold in real time across multiple cities, and the pattern became unmistakable. When legal pathways fail them, they turn to illegal ones. When democratic processes reject them, they reject democratic processes. When institutions don't serve their agenda, they try to destroy those institutions. And Trump saw this coming before anyone else did. Previous Republican leaders treated progressivism like a natural force you could slow but never stop. Romney managed it, McCain accommodated it, the Bush family compromised with it. They accepted that the left's institutional march was inevitable, that conservative governance meant slowing decline, not reversing it. Trump shattered that assumption. He didn't just fight progressive policies, he targeted the root systems enabling them. Universities with segregated dorms, cut federal funding unless they follow federal law, partisan public broadcasters, stop taxpayer funding, military focused on social engineering, replace leadership. This isn't rhetoric. This is systematic institutional reform, and it's working. But success creates problems. The more effective Trump's approach becomes, the more desperate his opponents get. I noticed the shift in language first. Democratic leaders began using resistance, and by any means necessary, in ways unthinkable just years ago. Then came actions, blocking federal facilities, encouraging violence against immigration officers, calling for prosecution of federal agents doing their jobs. Do you know what this reminds me of? The Confederacy in 1861. Look at the actual arguments being made by blue state governors and mayors. They're claiming the federal government has no right to enforce federal law.
Is there anything he said, Johnny, that you disagree with there?
No, well, no. He's describing what's happening, and it's true. We would talk about sanctuary cities, which is simply we're not going to follow that federal law. We're not doing that. Well, we've sent people up there that we elected through the process, and this is what we agreed to. Well, we're not doing it.
Yeah,
right. And where does that stop? Where do you draw the line on what you're not going to agree with? There's no line. The system doesn't really count unless you approve it, then there isn't a system. And so it's a complete free-for-all. And the rhetoric is important because they're just simply calling for a revolution, boots on the ground, this is fascism, he's a Hitler. How many times have people said the Nazis and the Hitler? And yet the left is acting like the Nazis, which is what they said. They said, here's the way we're going to do it from here on. It's our way or the highway. In the case of the Nazi, it was just they'll shoot you. But we're seeing more shooting, Steve. We're seeing more of that because they will not compromise. And this was a deliberate strategic move from the left, the much further left, but it was probably 10 or 15 years ago, Americans for Democracy, which was a group of wealthy billionaires, and they said, we do not have to compromise. If these other people don't want to come along, we'll just outvote them. And they figured out how to do that, even though some of the votes are 80% for and 20% against, and the 20% wins. But they've developed that, and Trump did come out of the blue and blindside him with in-your-face, no compromise from his side. And so that's where we are. We got two non-compromising sides, and it's kind of like where, the rubber meets the road, and it's not that promising. I mean, I don't see anybody backing off, except maybe Trump. I thought Trump did very well the evening of the attempted assassination, but then here they come again. You know, I'm not backing off. He did it. It's his fault. The guy. It was fake. I like that one. It was fake.
No, they're called fakes all the time now. Whatever.
So that's just non-compromise. No, just blink twice and move on. And we've got to make sure they don't retake the House or the Senate, because it's just going to be chaos in an official sense, and we won't be able to get anything done. We won't get a chance to see how the things that the Trump administration is trying to put out work. We won't even get a shot. They're trying to stop us from even trying it. We tried it their way. We tried it their way in Iran. They came close to making a nuclear weapon, so we really kind of had to do what we did there. And they tried the open borders. What a disaster!
Well, and they've said every time they generally come out pretty quickly after Butler. President Biden called him, and we can't have this, we can't do this. Now there's a Minocqua Brewery Company in Wisconsin offering free beer when Trump's assassinated. Where are we, man? What the heck?
Well, and that's been coming. And Trump did see it. I don't know though, Steve, because when I did run for Senate in 1992. I mentioned I wasn't really giving speeches because maybe it was a little bit too far, it's not very far, but I did say my number one issue was stop the Democrats before they kill us all. Kind of a half joke, and it wasn't a stump speech line, just the people who we were talking to, because of the way they were heading. And kind of bending the rules, and that was in the good old days when we could talk about it.
Yeah, right. That's right.
And so, Clinton won that year, and I was running for Senate mainly pushing that term limits thing, but we did get the term limits. And
in Louisiana.
Then, yes.
Yeah.
And then Newt Gingrich was Speaker of the House, and he, and with the help of Bob Livingston, who I think we're going to be able to talk to in the next few days, they balanced the budget. And we just got along a lot better, and that's somewhere in the, around 2010, the left took more control of the Democratic Party, much more, I won't call it liberal, leftism, and they strategically decided we're not compromising, don't back off. And that goes back to Saul Alito, or whatever his name is, the Hillary's mentor. Just deny.
Yeah, right.
We're just going to stand there and tell you, like the press secretary for Biden, why did he go the wrong way off stage? He didn't go that way. But we saw, you didn't see that.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's what we were hearing. The border's sealed shut, and we're going to keep it sealed. It's what they're saying.
No, it's Brother John. A few more minutes. 217-359-2255 on the Fisher National Bank text line, ESPN 93.5, 748. So we have in front of us a whole lot of things. We have high everything, gas prices, everything. We don't know exactly what's happening in Iran. The president has been very patient. He thinks that they're collapsing with no money coming in from the oil. China has ordered all of their people out of Iran. So I don't know what they know.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, they've ordered all Chinese folks in the embassy, everything, need to get out of Iran immediately. That's what they said.
Can I mention something about high gas prices?
Yeah.
We are halfway to what Obama said and his administration said we should be paying for gas, which is $8. And that was in 2010. So according to the left, and Obama wasn't that far left. He was, but he wasn't. And they thought we needed to pay $8. I remember them talking about it. And they said and that's why we need to get these electric vehicles going, and this and that. So we're at $4 or $5. that's going to go down, but I can't believe they're making the issue. The same people who told us we needed to pay double what we're paying now are saying, "Oh, we're going to go out of business.
Right.
Look at the gas
Yeah,
price."
that's right.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
well, it's just, and I mentioned I never voted for Barack Obama, never cared for his policies, never wanted him harmed ever, never. So I mean, this is, if you look according to the latest polling on asking, it's not a Democrat, it's a far left-leaning progressive. 55% believe it's somewhat justified for political violence. That's not a good number.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know how many far lefts there are, because they definitely are punching above their weight. Now, it seems like they're the majority, and there's probably like 20%. But they just scream, and they've got nothing else to do, I guess.
I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how they're free up to do that stuff. I don't know
where
they get
because
the time.
They're on some sort of government program. Is my guess. Because you have to have something, and they don't appear to have a job. So, and they're maybe getting paid. Some of them.
I think they are. Yeah, some of them are.
And so, but yeah, that's the terrible thing. If it's okay to start shooting, that's what civilization is. I define it as an agreement between peoples to not shoot each other.
Yeah,
okay,
right. That's right.
So,
that's right. Well,
if you break that agreement, you're no longer civilized.
It was a woman talking to another woman. Obviously, the woman asking questions was conservative. And this woman said, "You shouldn't be here," and went wild-eyed, like, good gosh. I mean, like, you need to get out of here. I mean, it's like, wow, you need help, sir, ma'am, whatever. It's just like...
Well, I mean, I agree with Trump during the State of the Union when he said, these people are crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, in a way that they are, because they're not acting in a civilized manner.
Well...
And so, you have to pay the price for that, and we've got to live with each other. So I'm hoping maybe some of the more moderates will stand up and say, I don't care if I win or not. This is BS.
It's amazing to me, Johnny. Rahm Emanuel, Bill Clinton, these guys are looking like righties, man.
No kidding.
I mean, it's unreal. It's just beyond comprehension where we've drifted on the left. And the number one thing, Susie Wiles just jumped on X first time. And she said the number one priority is getting the Save America Act passed. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. Republicans aren't going to back it.
Well, maybe with this latest incident, there's a little more urgency to the direction we're heading needs to be turned. And the SAVE Act does improve the integrity of our electoral system, the process we use to elect people, which is very loose. And there's a lot of potential for fraud. I think there's massive fraud. But I'm right, like everybody else, I'm looking, and my interpretation is massive fraud. But in any case, and just because some of the rules, which are you can count votes for 2 weeks, 4 weeks after the election, boxes come in, how do you know where they came from? Well, we know. Who knows? Well, this one guy knows. Oh, who's he? Well, anyway, it's none of your business.
Yeah.
So that doesn't sound good to me.
Yep, no.
And then you see some of these voters' results, and you can just look no farther than Champaign County, where it looks like a pretty close race, and I think the Republicans were shut out on any contested race last election. Every race went to the Democrats. A lot of things you could tighten up there, and the SAVE Act is a good start. But if you think the Democrats are going to fight that to the bitter, and that is their source of power, that's their Hormuz Strait, is the voting system. Because there's people who are for this transgender movement are getting elected through that system. And it's a 90-10 issue. So, and that's, you could call it open borders or anti-deportation of criminals. Literally anti-deportation of criminals. Are you kidding me? And we're getting elected. And so I think that's a key thing. And if the Republicans, the only way, Steve, is if they just blow the filibuster. And they're quite a bit short of the number of votes needed for that on the Republican side.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be a mess. So other than that, I don't see any way of getting to the to the 60 votes.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
Okay, Johnny, appreciate your time. Poignant, passionate, good stuff. Now go pray for America.
Yes.
Man, oh, man.
No, that's really actually that's like a desperate thing. Actually, that's a good thing, and there's real true hope there, and God is in control. So just remember that, and then we got to roll with the punches.
Amen.
Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate your time. Talk soon.
All right, God bless.
Hey,
Thank
God
you,
bless.
Jay.
Thank you, Brother Johnny down in New Orleans, ESPN 93.5. Okay, weather brought to you by Watts Compy Systems. If you need a free evaluation, call Watts Compy Systems. They stopped by yesterday just to see if everything's okay. Who are these people? Locally owned, really about service. Watts Compy at 217-352-0428.
Well, good, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity, and overall much quieter weather picture, not completely rain-free. A few spits and sprinkles around over the next few days. Otherwise, transitioning into a cooler weather pattern come the weekend. Frost concerns, some moderation in temperatures, though, due in for next week. Up to 63 today, partly sunny skies, a couple of raindrops around this morning and this afternoon. Northwest to north breeze, a few sprinkles around this evening, becoming fair and cooler on the overnight. We'll about a 38. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 62 on a north breeze. Down tomorrow night with a couple of more sprinkles to 41. Partly sunny and cooler for the day on Friday. That's May 1st. The high about 57. Again, a couple of sprinkles both morning and late afternoon. Some patchy frost expected early Saturday. Partly cloudy, cool at 58. Will be in the mid-30s at daybreak on Saturday. Breezy turning milder up to 67 on Sunday. 72 and a lone shower chance on Monday. Dry Tuesday at 73. Back into shower activity next Wednesday. Highs again around 70. For CBJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Yeah, I've been talking to Steve Suderman at Good Vibes on the radio at least half of your career. At least.
It seems so. I couldn't pinpoint the date at that other radio station that you didn't own but worked at where we started. And I look forward to these.
Yeah, well, you're real good. You sound really good on the radio, and I just love doing the Ted Baxter from Mary Tyler Moore on you when you come on.
You were talking about civilization here at Good Vibes. We strive to be civilized.
Yeah,
right. If there's an axiom, it's like treat people like you'd like to have your mother treated.
Yeah.
With real help and real respect and the kind of courtesy that you don't find much anymore. Yesterday, Mike attended Sony's dealer show. That's our store manager.
Oh, good.
They required him to sign an NDA for
really
what he saw.
Non-disclosure agreement.
Wow. I know.
What?
Right? It's a cardinal rule. I should never talk about stuff that I can't sell. But Mike came back pretty pumped up about the RGB screens. They're about a month away. For the first one's coming in, but Sony is absolutely going to make a statement about their market share position. Not so much how many they sell, but that they sit at the top of the food chain on the TV. It also means the 2025 models are at great prices, especially their flagship, the Bravia 9. That's what's being replaced is the stuff at the top of their line, and with something that's going to be better. And so they're giving away the really good ones that they have available today. Likewise, LG's new OLEDs, they're shipping, and if I'm spending my own money, the new ones are great, but the 2025 series are hundreds less while they last. The Samsung Frame Pro, that's the wireless one, that's getting a refresh, so there's deals on that. Yesterday, with Mike gone, we got must have been close to a dozen calls. My dish blew down. My TV's dead. Nothing works. My garage door won't open. I lost my kitchen soundbar. So when none of us are immune, we sell surge protectors, and if your stuff is plugged into one of those things, you're safe from those spring storms that we're going to certainly have more of. The brand is Panamax. They guarantee your stuff downstream that if it's damaged by surge, they'll replace it for you, like an insurance company. Up to $250,000. We've been selling this thing for longer than you and I have been talking.
Wow.
This brand has been around forever.
Okay.
And we really believe in it. So.
All right. Well, all good. How much is that thing? $150? Well, how much is the?
They start at $90.
Oh,
it's
good.
$89.
Not bad.
For an 8-outlet thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mother's Day's coming up,
there you
so
go.
I'm hoping my family's listening.
Yeah, not exactly a romantic gift, but an ounce of protection and all that.
You can draw a magic marker heart on it or something.
There you
That'd
go.
Be good. Here we go, Steve Suderman. Good Vibes, Round Barn, Champaign. How else can I reach you?
At gvibes.com, virtually speaking. There's a big button that says big deals right there that takes you to the good ones. And you can call us at 351-0909.
And you'll be there, and you'll be there, and you'll be there, man.
The 5-star reviews I'm seeing. It says outstanding service, extremely knowledgeable.
No, I want the guys. I want people I can call on these things. Otherwise, I'm stuck in Butte, Montana on cold, man. What's up? Listen, keep up your good work, my friend.
Thanks, Stevie.
Talk soon. All right, Steve Suderman, Good Vibes legend. They take care of you, and they'll continue to do that.
Absolutely.
We're going to break for the news. Come back. Hour number 2 is next. 217-359-2255. You want to jump on the text line and share a message, what you're thinking. You're always welcome.
Sunny and 53 now, up to 62, according to our meteorologist, Greg Solier.
You're listening to WSJK, ESPN 93.5, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Iran can't get their act together. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump wrote that on Truth Social this morning, adding Iran better get smart soon. In a post that includes a picture portraying the president holding a machine gun under the words, "No more Mr. Nice Guy." After he said this during a white tie state dinner honoring Britain's King Charles.
And we're never going to let that opponent ever. Charles agrees with me even more than I do. We're never going to let that opponent have a nuclear weapon. They know that.
Now, the Wall Street Journal reporting Trump tells aides to prepare for extended blockade of Iran. Quote, he assessed that his other options, resume bombing or walk away from the conflict, carried more risk than maintaining the blockade.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in Dubai.
Well, the blockade aims to shut down the oil trade in Iran. Its effects are also being felt at home as the price of gasoline is now the highest since July 2022.
AAA's national average for regulars up a nickel this morning, now $4.22 a gallon as oil prices rise another 4%. An hour from now, War Secretary Pete Hegseth will face questions at a House hearing, especially from Democrats critical of the Iran conflict. And also today, the House Oversight Committee gets a briefing from Secret Service on the White House Correspondents' Dinner attack. And among the questions, if the suspect, Cole Allen, is the one who fired the shot that hit an agent in the bulletproof vest.
Politico says the DOJ isn't sure. They write prosecutors believe that Allen fired at least one round from a 12-gauge shotgun. That's evident from the fact that Allen has been charged with one count of discharging a firearm during a crime of violence. But he's not been charged with assaulting law enforcement. Investigators at the FBI's Quantico lab are working to confirm ballistic results.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. Allen is due back in court tomorrow. A tornado has flattened parts of North Texas. Mineral wells got hit hard.
We've had multiple homes severely damaged and some people are displaced. The Mineral Wells ISD has opened up the cafeteria at the high school.
Police Chief Tim Dennison. Several people were injured, but so far they have not found anyone dead in all the destruction. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. Ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Congress is on deadline with time running out this week to extend the authorization for foreign surveillance considered key for national security, but also controversial with some lawmakers fearing Americans' privacy is at risk. The House has a vote this morning that could advance that and 2 other bills.
After a hearing that stretched over 2 days, the House Rules Committee sets up consideration for debate the Farm Bill, the Senate-passed budget resolution to fund border and immigration enforcement with no support needed from Democrats, and a bill reauthorizing spy powers in the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. That program expires at 12 a.m. Eastern Time Friday. The full House has to pass the procedural rule for debate covering all 3 bills before they can be considered individually, and there's Republican opposition to all 3 that could tank it. Chris Foster, Fox News.
Next hour, the Supreme Court hears a case that could be a setback to the Trump deportation agenda. The justices will consider a challenge to the administration's attempt to void temporary protected status for immigrants who came from Haiti and Syria. The president may appeal a ruling against him in another case.
A judge tosses out the Trump administration's lawsuit seeking information on Arizona voters, finding the Justice Department does not have the power to make that demand. The Arizona Secretary of State calling the ruling a win for voter privacy. Federal officials say they need the data to ensure states are complying with federal election laws, and the DOJ's sued at least 30 states and D.C. seeking to force release of the information, which includes things like birth dates and partial social security numbers. AP reporting at least 13 states, including Ohio, Texas, South Carolina, and Louisiana, have either handed the information over voluntarily or promised to provide detailed lists. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
We just got an update on the housing market showing a more than 10% increase in new home construction last month, to the fastest pace in more than a year. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed before the opening bell, down a bit for the Dow, up a little for the NASDAQ. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. City Council's approved an agreement giving University of Illinois Police overnight access to the statewide Leeds Criminal Justice Database. UI officers already help cover calls from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. when a band of police are short-staffed. The vote also set aside nearly $50,000 for that access. Well, local officials pushing back against social media posts claiming major immigration enforcement operations were happening in the area. Sheriff Dustin Huerman says those rumors are false and that federal partners confirmed that no ICE activity is planned. Advocates say other federal agents may be in the region for unrelated work and are urging families to stay informed. County boards approved a one-year pause on new data centers in Champaign, larger than 10,000 square feet. More than 100 residents showed up to oppose the projects. Board members say public feedback's been overwhelmingly against them. The moratorium was first proposed by the county's zoning administrator earlier this year. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, 8:06. Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 29, 2026, if you need reminding. So we are starting on Friday, a new month. We got the Kentucky Derby.
Yes.
Is that this weekend? I believe it is. Yeah. I think it's... You get in there and pick a horse.
I guess it is the end of April and early May.
So you run
here.
for the roses. Who sang that?
Dan Fogelberg.
Where was he from?
Peoria.
Yeah. What song did he write for his dad?
Shoot.
Leader of the band is tired.
Of course.
Well, I was huge Dan Fogelberg fan.
Me too.
Wasn't he at one of the coffee houses?
The Red Herring right off the quad.
But I think he was here just a year. Mm-hmm. And I was so excited. He went to the Assembly Hall for a concert, and it got canceled the same day.
Oh, shoot.
I was so bummed.
Bad weather, he was sick, what
I don't know, but that's music, kids. That's music. None of that wall climbing stuff.
Passed away in 2007 at the age of 56.
He had cancer, and he was young. He was, again, that's my genre.
But the big hit was Longer.
Longer than we sang that at weddings, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and I think
he did a nice song having to do with Winnie the Pooh, did he not? Am I thinking of the right guy? The Pooh song?
I don't know if that's him or not.
That might be Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins.
Oh, okay. I would get those two confused. Yes.
Yeah, I went to James Taylor concerts. That's kind of I'd have gone to Carole King if she would ever come. I mean, she was one of my favorite. Tapestry, 1971. Yes. That album is just gold. But James Taylor, I think, didn't he write You've Got a Friend? No, Carole King wrote You've Got a Friend.
That's right.
And James Taylor, you can go on YouTube and see a very young Carole King with this long-haired 22-year-old James Taylor.
Hippie dude, right?
Just kind of hanging in the back, not saying a word. It's just...
When I caught James Taylor in Houston, Carole King came out on stage and they did that as a duet. They did a big set together. It was awesome.
No, it's I never saw Billy Joel and Elton
John. They were a
John
couple back in the day, right?
I don't think so. I don't know.
They might have been just friends.
He was with who was the woman? Linda Ronstadt? No, it was somebody like that.
Oh wow!
It was James Taylor and 217 for the older people. Those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I get it.
Sorry to bring this up.
Again, it's one of those, this is an older thing.
Carly Simon
and James Taylor.
Oh, there you go.
They married 3 times, I guess.
Wow.
So
anyway, Dan Fogelberg. And why did I start Dan Fogelberg talk? Because you were...
I don't know.
Run for the Roses.
Yes.
Kentucky Derby. Okay.
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay, we're full circle now.
Sometimes you got to unwind it all. Now get yourself an album.
That Kentucky Derby thing, right?
Yeah,
Coming up.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's this weekend. So, and I've been down to Churchill Downs. The late, great Clint Atkins took me. And I went into the paddocks, and it's like, okay, I could live here.
Yeah.
It's clean, and it's amazing how nice Churchill Downs is. Check your weather this morning, brought to you by Kurt Lenshaw. He's at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. And by Busey Bank. For over 158 years, it's Busey. Okay, sir, meteorologist Greg Solier, 810. What you seeing in our forecast?
Yeah, just a little drabble of stuff on the overnight hours, and that has continued to shuffle down south and along the I-70 corridor. Another round comparable to what we picked up with from the same weather system, a little more on top of that, and generally in the 1 to 3 inch category. So they're back into the thick of it as in a quagmire of fields out there. Not much going on really anywhere across the Corn Belt except for maybe the far western and northwestern reaches at best with field work over the next few days. Got some sunshine, but the drying paces will be slow. The temperatures are cool, and that's the story going forward with little bits and pieces of systems coming on down to a point where we've got some frost concerns around here at some point early on into the weekend, particularly Saturday morning, and maybe it's something another week after that coming along. So that's getting late, obviously, to say the least, when we're peddling that stuff around. 53 now at Willard and Savoy. A partly sunny day's worth of weather. 63 later on this afternoon. That's about 4 or 5 shy of normal, and we may bubble up a couple of sprinkles and even a stray brief light 5-minute shower late morning and into the afternoon. Iffy at best. Same with this evening's rain chances as we turn fair cooler on the overnight. Cold, actually, for just about the end of April at 38. For the day tomorrow, partly cloudy, 62. We'll bottom out in the low 40s tomorrow night. Maybe a couple of rain sprinkles around and a stray shower again. No big deal on the gauge, but slow drying at the same time. Into Friday, partly sunny skies. May 1 high, 57 will be in the mid-30s Saturday morning. Frost scraping off the windshield at 58 later in the afternoon. And a partly cloudy day. Sunshine, breezy, milder at 67 on Sunday. Into the lower 70s into the first half of next week. And shower chances are back in Monday and especially Wednesday of next week as well. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, Tim. Gail Ferrix Trucking, you're looking for some wonderful drivers, aren't you?
We're looking for some reliable professional drivers, and we just decided now through the end of May we're going to do our $4,000 sign-on bonus to qualified drivers. That's 23 years old, 2 years experience, safe background, safe driving history, and we'll put into work and make them some money and get them home on weekends.
Think any other trucking company offers that kind of a deal between now and the end of May, and then also you're home on weekends?
Yeah, and things are looking up right now.
And Dedicated Diesel and Gail Ferrix Trucking, you can reach Tim Onstadt how?
TIMO@gftlog.com is my email. They can get my cell phone at 765-505-1295. The office, 765-793-7131, extension 4.
Tim Onstadt, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be nice to visit a car dealership where you didn't feel like you were at an auction? Or didn't feel like you were being taken to the cleaners?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Welcome to Sarah Champagne. At Sarah, they offer a one-price promise. Every vehicle at a fair price, no negotiation, only the best price. Sarah Champagne, Honda, BMW, GMC, Buick, and Subaru. SERRA Champagne.com.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. We're flooring people.
All right, 8:13. We jump to some sports headlines to get you caught up, Diane.
I was just looking and seeing some of the Kentucky Derby predictions since that's on Saturday. Commandment, I guess, is a 6-1 favorite at this point.
Yeah.
So it's always fun to see the different horses' names.
Yeah, they're all over. Is there a secretariat running? I'd like to bet on.
Okay. Was that in the mid-70s?
No,
maybe?
early. 73.
Okay.
But that was as good a horse as there ever been, and I even remember that. I mean, I think at the cover of Sports Illustrated, it was kind of a big deal.
Further, Addo and Renegade also, in case you need that trifecta to put down.
There are people that know how to pick winners and box them.
Puma is one. So.
You take 2 or 3 or 4 of them, you box them, and then you in whatever order I know someone who put a $10 bill down and boxed something and got $30,000 back. It was a 90-1 shot that came in.
Wow.
90-1.
Oh, man, I would love that windfall in my life right now.
Well,
I took such a big hit with my stupid taxes.
I think people are probably knowing. I feel your pain because they probably had that too. So, yep.
Baseball had Illinois on top over Roosevelt 11-7 yesterday in an 8-run 7th inning. So they'll have a road trip now, heading to Iowa for the game on Friday with a record of 22-21. Illinois softball gets Valparaiso at 5 o'clock if you want to get there late afternoon for Walk and Taco Wednesday. This is all happening before they head to Indiana. We also have the women's tennis coach Evan Clark deciding to retire after 11 seasons and 5 NCAA tournament appearances. As we say, go Illini. The Cobras, Parkland on top over Moraine Valley. They've been having a great season. I think they're number 23 nationally in that NJCAA category. We had a win from the St. Louis Cardinals, 11-7. They'll be playing at 5:40 here on ESPN 93.5. Should we do the Redbird recap?
I think so.
Good.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Last night in Pittsburgh, the Cardinals put up some crooked numbers. 2 in the third, 3 in the fifth, 3 in the seventh, 2 in the eighth, on the way to an 11-7 win over the Pirates.
Really good offense for the Cardinals. They scored a season-high 11 runs. They did it on 12 hits. Kyle Leahy got the start. He was really solid through 5 innings, tying his career high in strikeouts at 7. He faltered in the next inning, but the Cardinals were able to keep that score in their favor throughout the rest of the game.
3 RBIs for Alec Burleson, 3 for Jordan Walker, 3 for Nolan Gorman, and a home run by Victor Scott.
Victor Scott's home run actually went into the Allegheny, the first time a Cardinal has done that in quite some time.
The win goes to Kyle Leahy's 3-3, beating Braxton Ashcraft 1-2. The Cardinals have won the first 2 games in the series. They try to make it 3 in a row against Bubba Chandler with Andre Palante on the mound. We're on the air at 4:45 Central.
Okay, we also had the Cubs win 8-3 over San Diego. It's a 3:10 start from Petco Park against the Padres, and that's over on US 105.9. Chicago White Sox over the LA Angels 5-2. They've got a 12:10 game today. So NHL and NBA playoffs are going on. I just in this.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch football with Brett Bielema. Because I don't know anything about the team.
And typically we have more spring football headlines.
Well, we were playing basketball. And everybody's going to Indianapolis. And we didn't have a spring game. And I don't know. I'm excited to see it because we've won more football games in the last 2 years than we ever have in the history of Illinois. Illinois football. Unbelievable.
Right.
And the fact that the quarterback that led that did not get drafted in 7 rounds of the NFL. He did sign, however, with Detroit. And, it's not awful to have a chip on your shoulder. But when they don't invest in you, they cut you faster. I think that's kind of how it works.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, last hour, Victor Davis Hanson, I played a clip. An American classicist, military historian, conservative political commentator. He's turning 74.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Brett Bielema appears to accuse Georgia football of tampering is a headline that I just saw come up that was posted recently when I just did a Google search of Illinois football.
Well, so. I promise you, and Brett knows all the rules, if that happened and he called him out and you saw that was a real deal there. Because he would, no way. You don't come out and say something unless you're absolutely sure. And I don't know exactly the rules of tampering with a player that you had committed, that kind of stuff. I don't know. But anymore, it's like it's a cash deal and guys can back out, I thought.
Right. And that's Illinois head coach seems to be upset over Bulldogs poaching running back Josh McCray through the transfer portal last year.
Well, I think he just got paid more. That would be my assumption. You can't call a kid when he's committed and offer him more money. I have no idea the rules. So if there are any. I don't think there are any.
I know. That's part of the problem.
Yeah. You tell my guy to tell that guy to tell the mom to tell the son. that this is what we're going to give them. It's a game of telephone.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the season for spring cleaning is here. You might be focused on actually cleaning, which is good, but Busey wants you to take a look at maybe some financial cleaning. Get rid of the clutter. Maybe you should set up automatic bill pay. That'd make it easy to track too. Sign up for e-statements, paperless billing, get the mail stuff out of it. Just do it online. Check your credit report. Kind of want to know where you are. It's important if you want to borrow money. Review how much you're spending versus how much you're getting coming in. Evaluate, pay down. Obviously, bad debt would be credit cards, high interest stuff. And consolidate. Sometimes you have other checking accounts, saving accounts you might forget about. Why don't you bring them all together so you can really watch them? And then download the Busey mobile app. I mean, you can manage finances whenever you want, wherever you are with Busey's mobile and online services. Get started on your spring cleaning today with the expertise and innovative products and services at Busey. Visit Busey.com for more resources or stop by one of their many convenient locations today. Busey, for over 158 years, member FDIC. We'll be right back.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance.
Getting new siding and windows is a part of good home maintenance, and it's also a way to improve your home's value and curb appeal. Kramer offers preservation siding and windows in lots of styles and colors. Shutters and trim will complete the look, and our online design tool will help you try before you buy. So start today and save 25%.
Call 217-355-2720, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Champaign-Urbana Ballet makes a big splash with The Little Mermaid on May 1st and 2nd at the Virginia Theater. Glamorous and amusing, this magical adventure is one for the whole family. Sponsored by Area Wide Technologies, Bill Bass Foundation, Champaign Ballet Academy, Stone Ridge Dairy, and 2 Men and a Truck. Tickets at Virginia Theater box office or visit thevirginia.org. Join CU Ballet Under the Sea with The Little Mermaid.
When you're stuck on the road, you need help you can trust. Fast. That's where T-Pro Towing and Roadside Repair comes in. From light duty to heavy duty towing, they've got you covered 24 hours a day. With their state-of-the-art facilities, 3Cs, a division of T-Pro Towing, can repair semis to passenger cars at their Camargo facility. Service across central Illinois, including Urbana, Tuscola, and Camargo. Save their number now, 217-253-3450. That's T-Pro Towing and 3Cs. Ready when you need them, anytime, anywhere.
Big news, Tolono. Philo Exchange Bank is growing to better serve you with a new branch opening this spring. For over 140 years, we've delivered hometown community banking that you can trust. And when it comes to loans, your decisions stay local, made by local lenders who know our community. Visit us soon at 411 North Long Street in Tolono, right on Route 45. Go to philobank.com for more information.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. There's no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help you improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Illini fans know when you want the best, you get Jets. Order a large one-topping Detroit-style pizza for just $16.99 when you use promo code LJETS. Or up your game with a large combo for the whole family. Get a large one-topping Detroit-style pizza, your choice of bread and dipping sauce, and a 2-liter Coca-Cola product for just $26.49. Use promo code COMBO and follow Jet Pizza Champaign on Facebook and Instagram. It's not pizza, it's Jets.
Hi, Ellen Hooker, owner of your local Ashley. This spring, we're sprouting deals on all our best-selling items. With the purchase of a queen mattress, get a free Serta adjustable base, plus low monthly payments at 0% interest up to 5 years. Take an additional 50% off clearance and floor models, mattresses, bedrooms, patio, outdoor furniture, and all our new Ashley Luxe items are all on sale now at Ashley this spring. Spring into our best deals today at Ashley at 602 West Anthony Drive and on all social media at IL Home Stores.
All right, 824 ESPN 93.5. And again, we'll have Cardinals on ESPN 93.5. They're trying to sweep the Pirates in Pittsburgh. Pirates have been pretty good. They've had a winning record, but the Cardinals beat them 2 in a row. And the Cubbies are doing well. They got to get out of the West Coast. They leave after today. But the Cubbies are playing very good baseball. They'd won 10 in a row. And then they had to go to the Dodgers. They lost 2 out of 3. And then the Padres. This might be the rubber game of that set.
They'll be going to the Diamondbacks on Friday with the 120 game.
Yep. And then I've asked friends, is Andrei Stojakovic going to get drafted? Because he declared for the draft.
And
I don't think so. I think that you have to declare for the NBA draft before you get real information about where you stand with them. And I've not seen Andre on any boards, first or second round. I've seen Thomas Issa, maybe late second round. Andre pops up, but that's not guaranteed money. And
here's
just
something that says Pelicans NBA draft prospect profile, Andrei Stojakovic.
What do they profile him at? Do they say? He has to shoot the 3 better. I think he was in the 20s this year, and he's got to improve. If he were to shoot.
It says New Orleans Pelicans could eye Illini forward Andrei Stojakovic in the second round of the 2026 NBA mock draft.
Would you take that if you come back to Illinois and improve? And what if you shot 38% from 3? If you shot 38% from 3 and your name's Andrei Stojakovic and you take the ball to the basket like you did, I think you're a lottery pick. I think Andrei Stojakovic, if he was shooting 40% from 3 and goes to the basket like an NBA player, like he does, he's totally in top 15, I think. He's very, very good. He just could not make a 3, and maybe that's, I don't know. Your dad's one of the best three-point shooters in the history of NBA.
Right, and actually New Orleans Pelicans is what it's called now, but it talks about New Orleans Hornets standout Peja Stojakovic.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we are hopeful that Illinois has, as Brad said at Coaches versus Cancer, kicking cancer, when they were auctioning something off that needed to get more money, Brad got up there and said, we're going to be good, right?
Right.
Just a reminder, we're going to be good.
That's right.
And this kid coming in that kind of looks like Keaton Wagler, kind of creepy a little from the standpoint of kind of similar looks.
Right.
He's 2 inches shorter than Keaton, and he's probably a better athlete than Keaton. The guy can jump out of the gym.
Is it Quentin Coleman?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've seen highlights, and it's hard to tell when you don't really have a high-level guarding you. But this guy can get around people, and he flies, and he dunks.
Yeah.
And he shoots. I don't know. I think he could be a really good player. But again, unfair to say anything about Keaton Wagler with this. Just forget it. Because what happened is got to be a one-off.
Unbelievable.
You can't do what he did being ranked where he was. The University of Minnesota offered him a scholarship and money, and Illinois did too, and he came to Illinois, and nobody else was in on it. He's from Shawnee, Kansas. Kansas didn't know about him. Or maybe they thought he was too skinny. He's 160.
That's right.
Gained 20 pounds. He's 180. He probably needs to be 195.
Turned 19 in February.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And what a season. He had a God-given gift of calmness. I don't know. That's just so unusual.
But Quentin Coleman, 6'4", 180 from St. Louis.
Weighs about the same. Looks similar hair. And yeah. So we'll see how it all shakes out in basketball. But what a run. What fun. And I felt the pressure as a fan, thinking these poor guys have got to win 2 games. We got to with this team. It had to get to the Sweet 16. I think very few people really thought we were going to beat Houston. That's where a lot of people dropped off on the pool.
Yep.
And we go down there and we beat them 10 plus points.
That's right.
In Houston. And Brad all week said, I don't care where we play. Just perfect. That's exactly what you say. You make an issue out of that. Players start thinking about it. Oh, no. They went down and just took it to them. And then the Iowa game was just, grind. We pulled it out. Thomas Ivasic inside late. Made a couple of big baskets.
Love it.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun. We get to play Connecticut again. And Danny Hurley, your favorite coach. And we get them again at the United Center later this year. So be fun.
Go Illini.
All right, news coming up next. ESPN 93.5.
It's great when hard work and experience are recognized. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. I am thrilled to share that Fisher National has been ranked 7th in the nation as a top lender in mortgage loans among banks with asset size of $300 million to $1 billion by our National Banking Association. This recognition is a testament to our lending team's dedication and expertise. After all, better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. If you're in the market for a new home or considering refinancing your existing home, let our team at Fisher National Bank earn your business and trust. We offer competitive rates with low closing costs, and we locally service almost all of our loans. Come see us with all your home mortgage needs and experience the top-notch service that has earned us national recognition. Learn more at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fighting Illini football season tickets are on sale now. After selling out season tickets last year, the Illini are gearing up for an even bigger 2026. Under head coach Brett Bielema, the Illini have stacked the most wins in back-to-back seasons in program history, and the momentum isn't slowing down. Season tickets start at just $16 per game. Be part of the action, the energy, and the Illini family. Don't wait. Get your 2026 Illinois football season tickets before they're sold out at fightingillini.com.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
Yep, had a little rain overnight, but nothing like obviously the night before. We did have some damage around. The News Gazette's cover today had the DeLand Weldon grade school. Man, that looked like that took some hits. So we do have, a chance of a sprinkle here and there. Otherwise, pretty cool weather. Literally cool over the next 10 days. We'll be right back, 8:30 in Champaign-Urbana.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. On to New York City on the 9/11 memorial for King Charles and Queen Camilla after a sparkling White House state dinner toasting our special alliance.
Two proud and allied nations. To the United States and the United Kingdom, God bless both our countries.
And the U.S. strong defenders in NATO. President Trump toasting our shared resolve that Iran never have a nuclear weapon.
We have militarily defeated that particular opponent.
At 4 a.m., he was posting on Truth Social, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Iran can't get their act together to sign a non-nuclear deal, ending they better get smart soon. Oil prices surging today. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth appears before the House Armed Services Committee defending the Iran war and the Pentagon's budget request. Now $1.5 trillion to cover the war. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Chicago Federal Appeals Court upholding the conviction of former Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan. Former House Speaker currently serving a 7.5-year federal prison sentence after being convicted last year. Federal prosecutors claimed he conspired with others to get ComEd to make monetary payments to his associates in exchange for favorable legislation. Cleanups underway after storms hitting central Illinois. Damage reported after severe weather swept through the region, including uprooted trees and knocked down power lines. It resulted in thousands of power outages. The DeLand Weldon Community School District in Piatt County canceling classes because of the storms. Champaign County Board approving a one-year pause in new data centers larger than 10,000 square feet. More than 100 residents showed up to oppose the projects. Board members say public feedback has been overwhelmingly against them. The moratorium was first proposed by the county zoning administrator earlier this year. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana and vicinity. Otherwise, dealing with the aftermath of severe weather and plenty of standing water in some of these fields. Soft and muddy grounds for everybody else. Pretty quiet weather picture. Some dribs and drabs, little rainfall. Temperatures on the upswing expected into next week after some frost concerns come Saturday morning. A few sprinkles around this morning, this afternoon as well. Partly sunny skies, lots of dry hours at 63. Northwest to north breezes for the day-to-day. A couple of raindrops this evening, becoming fair in the overnight. Cooler low down to 38. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 62 on a north wind. We'll level off tomorrow night with a couple of raindrops around at 41. And again, a sprinkle or two early and late in the day on Friday. That's May 1st. Partly sunny, cool at just 57. 58 on Saturday. Partly cloudy skies. Some frost expected in the morning with mid-30s. Sunshine, milder, and 67 on Sunday. Into the lower 70s. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Shower threats are back in for Monday. Dry Tuesday. Then perhaps a chance of rain next Wednesday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Little Trust, Greg Solgay.
All right, buddy, thank you so much. ESPN 92. Temperature is 50-something.
56.
56. Nice and cool.
The market at the Square opens up on Saturday.
Oh, boy. Outside, huh?
Yeah. So Saturdays from May to October, here we go. Rain or shine at Illinois and Vine from 7 a.m. to noon. They get thousands of people.
A lot of people come to that.
Over 200 vendors, I believe,
Wow.
also with the flowers and honey and produce and meat.
Yeah.
And vegetables. And, there's nonprofit organizations in a row. I know I've done a few rounds of being at the Champaign County Freedom Celebration and trying to drum up interest.
Oh, yeah.
America's 250.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It should be bigger than it's feeling because, again, we're not super unified here. Serena Williams, greatest female tennis player of all time, ? Should she be considered in the Mount Rushmore of sporting legends? Could she go toe-to-toe with Roger Federer? Don't know about that, but apparently she says she cried more when she had to discipline her child. And you can get into all kinds of things when you talk about discipline, right?
I know it.
Told my daughter to go to bed. She did not. Therefore, she missed out on her sleep over. She didn't go to the sleepover.
Right.
She cried.
Mm-hmm.
What she did not know is I cried harder.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when she cries. She put this on X. Discipline sucks, but sometimes it's important. No,
Yes,
it's
it is.
pretty important that they,
Especially on that sleep routine. And it seems so basic, but you just can't. Nobody wants to go to bed when they're little. But you got to have them refreshed in the morning.
Yeah, it's you got to listen to your, particularly your mom and your dad, or mom, dad, your family, whoever's in charge of you. You have to listen. But this is a woman going through some things for the first time. She won 23 Grand Slam titles in singles and 14 doubles.
Yeah,
she's
44.
She also played a tournament right after she had her baby. I mean, you got her. That's
I know it.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, when you're talking about discipline and, the whole spare the rod and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. But what is it? Spare the rod, spoil the child, something like that. But, you talk corporal punishment kind of stuff, that spanking.
Mm-hmm.
And, I never believed in it, never believed it worked. But it doesn't mean you don't discipline. It doesn't mean that you're not there every step of the way and having to, do some things.
Did you ever stand in the corner?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
And see, we were the babies of the family, the youngest, and I feel like
I think I got in trouble.
My older siblings say mom and dad were just tired, so they just kind of let you get away with everything.
I think as the youngest, you look up and see mistakes.
Yes.
And maybe you learn from that.
And then your brothers and sisters come into play also as being part of your life and helping raise you too.
Yeah, a little bit there too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I just never thought. And again, everybody has their own secret, and you're in charge, and But I'd always thought if you show that you're going to get your way through some sort of a hitting, I don't know. I just never believed in it. But we did discipline. I mean, it's like you can't do this, you can't do that. I mean, but we were just such a close family. We just were always around together. We just, we hosted a lot of events that the kids were involved with.
Mm-hmm.
We were just involved in a whole bunch. And that's what we wanted to be. That's exactly what we wanted
especially
to
when
be.
the kids were little and they, objected to eating something nutritious or maybe they stayed out too late when they were teenagers or nothing like that.
I don't remember much like that.
Okay.
Because, again, we kind of knew where they were. And we knew what they were doing. And we had phones. Cell phones were a thing when the kids were growing up. So we could always reach them. But it's, but the biggest thing is you just make eye contact all the time. That's what we do. We still do. And we just love being that close. We love hanging out and we love being together. And, as everybody grows older, they all got their own lives and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get together.
Well, this parenting certainly came up when we had Willie Comer on at the beginning of the week talking about midnight basketball and Youth for Christ and that program. They have a benefit coming up at the Venue CU on May 12th. But parenting and, helping these young kids get some direction, vision is what he used in that interview. I've had a lot of people stopping me on the street asking about Willie Comer and his mission and coming to light with the program, even though it's been around for 15 years.
Yeah, it has. He's done a great job, and I loved having him on our show. But back to the parenting again, and everybody, I'm sorry for parents that are excited to get out of the house and get away from the kids, and I know that's probably a thing. I just never experienced that. I've been blessed to have incredible experience, but we were all in. That's all we wanted to do, is raise the kids. We didn't have anything else. We didn't do anything. I joined no boards. I did nothing. And that's not, I don't know if that's good either, but the priority were the kids, and the priority were being with the kids. And I didn't want to go to a meeting at night when I'd been gone all day.
Well, to me, my involvement in the community and volunteering and being on boards and things is because I have such confidence in my partner, Mike, in helping do things in the evening.
I have all the confidence in Janet. I just didn't want to miss it. It was just, when you have triplets, maybe that changes things.
Okay.
Because this is such a unusual event, and how hard it is when Janet's alone kind of thing too. 4 kids, 4 little kids. Mm-hmm. So I was always there, and I was in a situation where I could be. And that's just a blessing, and it's not going to be for everybody. You can't leave the middle of a hospital appointment. If you're a nurse, you can't walk out. You can't go see the soccer game. You can't do that. And if you're in a profession that just doesn't allow you to travel a lot, and all, I know it's just hard, but I'm just saying the most fulfilling thing is, for me, is I'm going to remember the family.
Yeah.
I'm not going to remember the things I did or the people I talked to or the successes I've had. I don't care. I want my kids to be good. I want them to know God. I want them to be, in heaven, and we all meet again. But parenting is so hard, and God bless people that try and do it as a single parent. I don't know how they do it. It's just brutal. You just don't have enough arms, and you don't have enough time, and you don't have enough. It's really, really, really difficult. And unfortunately, we've seen more and more of that in the last 50 years in America. So, okay, I don't know what that was, but it just came out of nowhere.
All good.
8:41.
Hi, Ellen Hook, your owner of your local Ashley. This spring, we're sprouting deals on all our best-selling items. With the purchase of a queen mattress, get a free Serta adjustable base, plus low monthly payments at 0% interest up to 5 years. Take an additional 50% off clearance and floor models, mattresses, bedrooms, patio, outdoor furniture, and all our new Ashley Luxe items are all on sale now at Ashley this spring. Spring into our best deals today at Ashley at 602 West Anthony Drive and on all social media at IL Home Stores.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Looking for something truly unique? Discover Sweet Petunia at the Tuscola Mall, where vintage charm meets modern style. With over 100 vendors and consigners across 16,000 square feet, you'll find antiques, collectibles, home decor, and one-of-a-kind furniture you won't see anywhere else. It's bright, clean, organized, and surprisingly affordable. From timeless treasures to seasonal finds, there's always something new waiting for you. Come explore Sweet Petunia in the Tuscola Mall. Your next favorite piece is already here.
8:43. Diane found the Institute of what?
It's the Institute for Family Studies and their latest statistics talking about the success sequence. I heard an interview about graduating high school, securing full-time employment, and marrying before having children.
I think those are three very smart things to do.
Those are the keys, they say. Significantly reducing the likelihood of poverty. 97% of millennials who follow this path will avoid poverty in their adult years.
Okay. The good news, too, if you're 17 years old and you do not want to pursue college, is you can make some money now if you're willing. If you're hungry, you're willing, you really are sincere, you're a hard worker that wants to get after it, I think you get paid more than an 18-year-old has ever been paid.
With, like, doing the trades?
Well, just doing anything if you stick with it. Okay. I mean, if you show up and you have a great attitude, where do you want to work? Everybody's looking for that. It might take you a few years, but by the time you're 30, you'll make $100,000, unless you're not wanting it. There's no question. The chances of sticking, though, is, they're not very many anymore.
Right.
They don't stay in the same job anymore. And they may not show up on Thursday. So, I mean, you've got, everybody knows what I'm talking about if you're in this area. You just have but the good news is the 18-year-old has a great advantage, because if they do have a clue about what's important, the whole eye contact, and maybe they didn't learn any of this, but being able to talk to people and not have to text them, being able to converse with somebody and look them in the eye, not common, not comfortable. So the good news is you can learn that if you want to. And if you're willing to work hard and get after it and stay late and get up early, I mean, you might have to put in 5 or 10 years, but by the time you're 30, you're going to be good.
Yeah.
Real good.
That's right.
Just, it's available, because we're searching for hungry. We want people to be hungry and get after it. And you need to go in knowing, and if anybody ever talks to a company, learn about their company before you go.
Absolutely.
Nobody does that. Have a clue about the history of what they do. They'll be shocked. You'll probably have to call 911. They'll faint.
I forgot to ask the potential intern this summer about our history or anything.
They don't know anything.
I should have asked that, darn it. I was in a position where I was at a deadline, and I almost assigned this person some duties. Oh, good. Here, do this for me.
No,
I know you're not my intern yet, but I need some help right now.
You could, but the point of 18 years old and not graduate high school, that's good, and you can learn an awful lot. I think Parkland is an outstanding choice. It's not a lot of money. You get 2 more years of education and maturity. But if you want to go and be somebody in HVAC, I can get you hired at any HVAC company if you just do 3 things, right? You just have to want this and be dependable, and they got to trust you. You'll have so much cred in 6 months, but you gotta have that thing inside you that really doesn't want to ditch stuff. Got to be in, but
give up.
You can make a bunch of money at a very young age these days, but you got to do all the stuff
and be dependable.
And you got to be somebody
show up,
and you can't watch the clock. Sometimes you work longer. That's okay. It's all there for you. So that's the good news. It's opportunity galore at the 18 to 24 age. Boy, oh boy. 8:47. When the storm rolls in, where will you go? Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your family with a custom storm shelter from Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services. At Berg Tanks, their shelters are fiberglass and plate steel safe rooms that can be installed in your garage or exterior, in ground, or on a concrete pad. Built to withstand the toughest storms, giving you a safe, secure place when you need it most. Whether you need a compact unit for a small space or a larger shelter for the whole family, they've got you covered. Their expert team handles everything from excavation to installation so you can have peace of mind before the next storm strikes. Berg Septic also specializes in septic pumping, new system installation, grease trap cleanings, repairs, and maintenance plans to keep your home running smoothly. Call Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services today at 217-367-8632 or visit them online at bergtanksinc.com. That's bergtanksinc.com.
Orange and Blue fans know the value of preparation, teamwork, and showing up when it matters most. Just like Fred's Plumbing and Heating. For 47 years, this family-owned team has delivered dependable plumbing and HVAC installation, maintenance, and repairs throughout our community. They even offer service agreements with zero monthly cost, because protecting your home shouldn't break the budget. When you need service you can count on, choose the team that's been winning for nearly 5 decades. Trust the Orange and Blue of Fred's Plumbing and Heating.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance.
Your roof is your home's best protection for the elements outside. And that's why Owens Corning Roofing is designed and tested for superior performance. Kramer is a platinum preferred contractor hand-selected by Owens Corning. So start today and get 10% off the best roofing from the best roofing professionals.
Call 217-355-2720, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Looking for a warm, welcoming place to relax in Tuscola? Stop by Hometown Grounds, where great coffee and great company come together. They're proudly serving Mad Goat coffee, so you can enjoy a rich, delicious cup while catching up with friends. And if you've got kids, no problem. There's a special play area where they can have fun and you sit back and relax. Hometown Grounds is a gathering place for the whole community and perfect for meetings. Come see what everyone's talking about in Tuscola. Visit hometowngroundscoffee.com and plan your visit today.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, vicinity, and overall much quieter weather picture, not completely rain-free. A few spits and sprinkles around over the next few days, otherwise transitioning into a cooler weather pattern come the weekend. Frost concerns, some moderation in temperatures, though, due in for next week. Up to 63 today, partly sunny skies, a couple of raindrops around this morning and this afternoon, northwest to north breeze. A few sprinkles around this evening, becoming fair and cooler on the overnight. We'll bite about at 38. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 62 on a north breeze. Down tomorrow night with a couple of more sprinkles to 41. Partly sunny and cooler for the day on Friday. That's May 1st, the high about 57. Again, a couple of sprinkles both morning and late afternoon. Some patchy frost expected early Saturday. Partly cloudy, cool at 58. Will be in the mid-30s at daybreak on Saturday. Breezy turning milder up to 67 on Sunday. 72 and a lone shower chance on Monday. Dry Tuesday at 73. Back into shower activity next Wednesday. Highs again around 70. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Everyone knows when you turn the key and the car won't run? Call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. But did you also know that if you don't have a key and you need it to run, call 367-9481. PDR now performs key cutting with programming. PDR also performs module cloning. Cloning makes that module plug and play, in many cases allowing you to utilize a used module where a new module is no longer available or very expensive. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard about the doggy bag, right? From Bulldog Disposal Muhammad, a 6 cubic yard canvas bag that can be used for easy cleanup instead of a big dumpster. The one-time use bag is now available and you can save the delivery charge. Get the doggy bag at Do It Best Hardware in Champaign at 107 West Springfield. So fill up the bag, call Bulldog Disposal, have it disposed of, and you'll be organized. Go to bulldoggybag.com for all the details. That's bulldoggybag.com.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now at Lands, it's a great time to buy a new Trane heating and cooling system. We are offering special financing or up to $1,500 off any qualifying Trane system. At Lands, we know what it takes to deliver exceptional comfort, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you are thinking of a new comfort system, now is the time to buy. And remember, it's hard to stop a Trane. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Pia Sports Bar and Grill is your place to watch Major League Baseball games and enjoy pitchers of your favorite beer, including Coors Light, Yingling Lager, Yingling Flight, and Miller Lite, home of the Slugger Burger. Meet friends on the patio and watch your favorite sports on multiple flat screen TVs. If your team is looking to gather after the game, that's been a Pia's tradition since 1975. Pia's open early with Big Tito's Bloody Marys. Pia's Sports Bar and Grill, 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
Okay, tomorrow, Thursday, John Decker, who was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, texted me shortly after saying he was okay.
Okay.
We'll get the lowdown. He said, I saw everything.
Okay.
So, that'll be tomorrow, 7:30, with John Decker, Great Television's White House Correspondent. Diane, thank you.
Enjoy the day.
That is Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. Thank you for listening. Meet you tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
Looking for a warm, welcoming place to relax in Tuscola? Stop by Hometown Grounds, where great coffee and great company come together. They're proudly serving Mad Goat coffee, so you can enjoy a rich, delicious cup while catching up with friends. And if you've got kids, no problem. There's a special play area where they can have fun and you sit back and relax. Hometown Grounds is a gathering place for the whole community and perfect for meetings. Come see what everyone's talking about in Tuscola. Visit hometowngroundscoffee.com and plan your visit today.
Looking for something truly unique? Discover Sweet Petunia at the Tuscola Mall, where vintage charm meets modern style. With over 100 vendors and consigners across 16,000 square feet, you'll find antiques, collectibles, home decor, and one-of-a-kind furniture you won't see anywhere else. It's bright, clean, organized, and surprisingly affordable. From timeless treasures to seasonal finds, there's always something new waiting for you. Come explore Sweet Petunia in the Tuscola Mall. Your next favorite piece is already here.
Since we opened our doors in 1868, Busey has fostered deep customer relationships and vibrant communities, embodying a legacy of partnership and progress. With multiple lines of business, we provide a range of financial solutions tailored to your needs. From digital banking to planning for retirement, Busey is here to help you achieve your financial goals. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hi, this is Richard of Freedom Fabrication and Millwrights.
And I'm Selena, the other half. When something breaks or needs built right, we know you don't have time to wait.
That's why we handle everything from on-site repair to full turnkey facility projects.
With over 150 years of combined industry experience behind every job.
We're also your local dealer for Chief Ring System.
So you're getting equipment you can count on.
Give us a call at 217-574-5050.
Freedom Fabrication and Millwrights. Built on experience, powered by people.
All right, Tim, Gale Ferrex Trucking, you're looking for some wonderful drivers, aren't you?
We're looking for some reliable professional drivers, and we just decided now through the end of May we're going to do our $4,000 sign-on bonus to qualified drivers. That's 23 years old, 2 years experience, safe background, safe driving history, and we'll put it into work and make them some money and get them home on weekends.
Think any other trucking company offers that kind of a deal between now and the end of May, and then also you're home on weekends?
Yeah, and things are looking up right now.
And Dedicated Diesel and Gale Ferrex Trucking, you can reach Tim Onstad how?
TIMO@gftlog.com is my email. They can get my cell phone at 765-505-1295. The office, 765-793-7131, extension 4.
Tim Onstad, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Damon Hackelman, owner of Clean Right in Champaign. When disaster strikes your home or business, you have choices for emergency restoration services in Champaign County, and we're honored every time you choose us. At Clean Right, you're not calling a big national chain, you're calling a family-owned and operated company with deep roots right here in the community. We treat every customer like a neighbor, because chances are you are. Whether it's water damage, fire, storms, or unexpected emergencies, our certified and experienced technicians are ready with a 24/7 rapid response. We work alongside trusted expert partners to make the restoration process smooth and stress-free, guiding you every step of the way. Our goal is simple: to return your home or business to safe, clean, like-new condition as quickly and painlessly as possible. Learn more or request services anytime at cleanright.net. Clean Right, restoring properties and peace of mind across Champaign County.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.